What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're creating a sketch illustration of Spider-Man 2099. Let's begin today's lesson by sketching a large circle in the center of our page. We move to a side grip using the flat edge of our pencil. Let's start at the very top. It's going to lightly work our way around the left side, coming all the way down towards the bottom, and then we'll make our way around the right side. Now with our circle in place, we're going to add some guidelines. Let's start from the very top of our circle, sketch a straight line coming all the way down towards the bottom of our page. And we'll add another guideline going across from left to right. Let's start from the center of our circle, go all the way out towards the left, just past that circle, and then go over towards the right. Now because we're drawing our character from the side, we're going to tilt the head down on the right side. So from this point, let's step down, just mark this off with a short line, go over towards the left side, step up, and add another mark. Let's connect these 2 points with a straight angled line, coming across the center of our circle, and then down on the right side. Now from here, we're going to start blocking out the eye. From this point, I'm just going to curve the eye going up, and then out towards that center line. And then from the top, we're going to curve the eye coming down, then over towards the right, towards the bottom of the eye. And then bend this out and back up towards the right. Let's add a trim around the eye. Starting back on the right, just going to curve this up and then in toward that center line. Then from the top, draw a straight angle line coming down towards the bottom to right about there. And then from the bottom, curve this out and then back up. Let's go back to this point, draw a short line coming down. Now we're going to connect the top and the bottom with a curve. I'm going to go out towards the left, round this out, and then pull that in. From this bottom point, let's curve this up and out towards the side of our circle. Let's add a light trim along the top of the eye. From this point, we're going to step up, just follow that same curve, going up and then out towards this line. Now we're going to add a point along the top, going up with a straight line, and then pull that back down. Let's trace this curve along the left side. So from the top, we're going to step over, curve this all the way around, towards the bottom, and then out towards the right. Now from here, we're going to add some guidelines to help with the profile edge of the head. Starting from the corner of the eye, start with a straight angled line coming down towards that center line, towards the bottom. Now going all the way over towards the line on the left, step in, draw that same angled line, coming down and out. Let's bump out the left side of the head. Starting from the left side of the circle, curve this up, then bend that in. And it's going to round at the top and come across towards the top of our circle. Let's go to the bottom left side of our circle, draw a straight angled line, coming down and out towards the chin. And now we're going to add some shape to the profile edge of the head. Starting from the corner of the eye, it's going to bump out the brow, and then bend that back in towards that center line. Let's extend the front of the forehead. It's going to bump this out a little bit further, round this out, and then pull that up towards the top of our head. Let's go back to the corner of the eye, draw a straight line coming down towards the tip of the nose, curve this down, and then in towards the chin. Now I'm going to round out the chin and pull that back up towards the edge of the jaw. So rounding this out, and then pulling that up. From the jaw, we're going to add a seam going up and then back out. Just pull this up and then bend that out towards the side of our circle. And then halfway along this curve, we're going to go up and then bend that in. Let's go back to the chin. We're going to step in, draw that same angled line coming down the front of the neck towards the shoulders. And then we'll round out the back, starting out here, go out, and then bend that down. Now right where the neck meets that center line, just going to curve the body going out and then down. Now we're going to draw the front edge of that nose piece. From this point, we're going to step in, curve out, and then bend that down towards the chin. Let's block in that detail on the side of the eye. From this point, we're going to step down, sketch a straight line going out towards this guideline, step down, and draw that twice. Let's leave a gap, draw that again, and we'll do that one more time. Now from this line, we're going to step down, draw a straight angle line going up and in, leave a large gap, draw that again, one more gap, and do that one more time. Let's add a point along the bottom. We'll step up, angle this down, go to the top, step up, draw that again, then up here, we'll do that one more time. Let's add a point along the top, and it'll connect the inside with a straight line. Now that we have the basic shape of our drawing, let's go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. And now that we have a clean drawing, we're going to go back in with the tip of our pencil and start tracing out the contours. Let's start with the top edge of the eye, starting over on the right. Just going to darken this up, and then we'll refine the shape as we go. Going up towards a point along the top, and we'll trace out the bottom of the eye. And we're just going to work our way along the trim, starting with the top, going up to that point. And we'll add a small point along the top, just extending this out, and then pulling that back in. And we're just going to lightly trace out that trim on the outside of the eye, coming down towards the bottom, and then going back out towards the right. I'm just going to work our way around the detail around the side of the eye. Now from here, it's going to work our way around the side of the brow, going up towards the top of the head. going to add an extra seam across the jawline. It's coming down and tracing out the bottom of the head, working our way towards the front. Now just adding another seam across the back of the neck and then blending out towards the back. Now with the side edge of our pencil, we're just going to lightly add some shadows and shade, starting with the eye, going all the way down towards the bottom. And we'll darken up the left side of the eye and then just fade that out as we come in. And we'll go over towards the front of the eye and do the same thing. So just darkening this up and then fading that out. I'm also going to add a little bit of a highlight along the top edge of the eye. Now I'm going to start shading the areas around the eye in sections. So starting with that inner edge, starting dark along the top, and I'll have a little highlight along the side. So we'll lightly fade that out. And as we get down towards the bottom, we'll just darken this up. And we'll go back to the tip of our pencil and just tighten up those shadows. Darken up that seam on the left side, and then just fade that out. Now go up to the top section of the eye. We'll darken up the top and then fade that out. Now we're going to go a shade darker along the outside. Now we're going to darken up the bottom and just fade that out as we go up. And now shading in the bottom of the eye. Let's work our way out towards the nose piece with a light shade. And then we'll darken up the bottom. Now I'm going to cast a highlight along the top edge of the nose. Now we're going to darken up the inside edge to cast a little bit of a shadow, and then just blend that out. Now we're going to use the side edge of our pencil and just block out a highlight on the back of the head, just lightly drawing in an oval. And we'll block out the highlight on the front of the head going up and then back down towards the brow. And then we'll lightly shade in the areas around that highlight. And then across the bottom of the head. And then the neck and shoulders. And then with the side edge of our pencil, we're going to add a dark shadow across the side of the head, just darkening up the edge. And we'll lightly fade that out as we come in. I'm also going to feather the inside edge of that highlight, so just softening up the contrast. And then adding some more darkness across the bottom. Let's add a small highlight across the top of the head, darkening up the areas around it, and then just feathering that out. Now we're going to continue to darken up the edge of the head. Going back to the brow. And then again, just fading that out. Now we're going to blend out the shadows with the tip of our pencil. Now we're going to darken up the body, starting with the top of the neck. Just working our way down. Now the head's going to cast a shadow across the top of the neck, and we'll just fade that down towards the right. So we start off darker along the top and then just blend that down. And now I'm just adding a light crosshatch pattern on top of the neck and body. So start in one direction, and then we'll go across in the opposite direction. And then we'll go back and just readjust our contrast. And as you get closer to the end of a drawing, we'll tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more texture, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Spider-Man 2099. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. You can also drop your requests in the comments below. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.